If you are thinking that you clicked on the wrong video, don't. You are in the right place. You are about to learn how to calculate the perfect proportions of your bike in order to obtain a beautiful cafe racer project. Welcome to Racer TV. To understand the right proportions of a cafe racer motorbike, first you need to see this beautiful machine. As I said in one of my videos, one of the most important things to get a good cafe racer design is to find the right proportions of all the elements of the bike. As you see, this is probably one of the most beautiful cars in the world. The Aston Martin 177. So, the question is, why? Why is this car so beautiful? There is only one answer. And the answer is this number. 1.618. Many scientists consider this number as the divine proportion. This number is so important that the designers of Aston Martin used it to calculate the proportions of this car. If we measure this hood and multiply by 1.618, we will obtain the exact length of the passenger's compartment. This means that this proportion can be applied in all things, including a cafe racer project. So, let's try this proportion on this Moto Guzzi VE7 Racer and you will see that everything makes sense. To calculate the length of a solid back end, first we must measure the length of your fuel tank between the two most distant points. Then, divide the length of the fuel tank for 1.618. The result will be the maximum length of the back end. If you look carefully, you will see that the back end is perfectly aligned with the center of the back wheel. To calculate the height of the back end, first you have to measure the maximum height of your fuel tank and divide the result for 1.618. As you see, the result will be the maximum height of the back end. I must say that this formula is not rigid. You can always try it in different ways, just like in this beautiful Honda CB750. Just as you are seeing, the seat and the back end have the same length, which means that you can always try a different order on the proportions until you get the best result. Now, let's try this Moto Guzzi VE7 Classic, which is a good example for soft and long seats. As you see, if you compared with the VE7 Racer model, the proportions of this seat are applied in a different way. One curious fact is that the curvature on the rear fender is exactly the same on the seat back end. Another different situation is this on the CB125. This seat has same length of the original seat, and because of that it is not proportional to the fuel tank. The only thing that is proportional to the fuel tank is the height of the seat back end. But if you apply this formula only on the seat, you will get also a very good result. If we look to this Norton Commando, we will see that it is very different from other motorbikes. But the only difference is the order of the proportions. The main difference is the rear fender that is above the frame, which means that this part will make part of the proportion of the seat. The proportion of this other Norton is also strange, but is beautiful at the same time. Applying the magic number on this motorbike, we will confirm that everything makes sense. The only thing that doesn't match with the other elements is the short end of the seat. but considering that this is a racing bike, there is no problem with that. I take this opportunity to wish you good luck for your Cafe Racer project. If you never heard about this number, you probably are thinking that this is too good to be true. But if you want to know more about this magic number and why it works, you should see the second part of this video. Thank you for watching Racer TV. See you in the next video.